Got it.
Hello and welcome back to the NZ Ahead podcast. I'm Liz and today me and Brian have got something really quite special for you. We thought we'd share what we used to share on our It's a Drama YouTube channel. We used to do this all the time, way back before NZ Ahead was invented. And we just thought we'd do it again this week. It was a great show. We put it over on our YouTube channel. Like I said, that YouTube channel is called It's a Drama. And we talked about what it means to be a Kiwi. In particular, when you've been in New Zealand for a while, you start picking up a few habits that you think, oh, I'm actually not that English. I'm quite Kiwi now. And it was a fun show. We sat outside in our garden. We recorded it. Like I say, if you want to see the video, head on over to It's a Drama over on YouTube and you can watch it there. But we just really wanted to share that with you and let you see what it's like to be a Kiwi. So before we dive into the show, don't forget, if you haven't signed up for our free 5-day video guides about life in New Zealand, what have you been doing? It's free. Me and Bri spent ages making these videos. And on day 5 of the videos, which are free, I have to reiterate that, you are given details of how to join our fabulous and very quite famous now, actually, Slack group, where we are a massive family, actually not that massive, only about 200 people, but a beautiful family of people moving to New Zealand, people who are making the dream of moving to New Zealand happen, and they want to be surrounded by others who are doing the same and people who have already made that move, by professionals who are also in the community. Oh, look, I can't say enough about this community. You just have to go and see for yourself what it's like. But like I say, to get more information about that, take those free 5-day video guides. You can get those videos by going to www.nzahead.com/free. Get over there, get those videos and just enjoy yourself and watch them. And just look how little Tess was on day 4. I think we talk about something and it's filmed in our garden and she's only little and she's playing around with all the sheep. So you'll love it. You'll absolutely love it. Right, let's jump on in. Me and Bri will tell you all about what it means to be a converted Kiwi.
Got it.
Welcome to the NZ Ahead podcast. Everything you need to know about moving to and living in New Zealand.
There's a whole world here.
So nice to be with you again.
We call it Aotearoa around here, bro.
You'll be right.
We are your hosts, Liz and Brian.
Amazing New Zealand in the southern seas.
See, that's where I belong. That's home.
Hello and welcome to the show. I'm Liz.
And I'm Brian.
And we're back this week with a real good one for you. How to tell when you are a converted Kiwi.
Becoming a Kiwi, eh?
The reason we wanted to bring this show with you, not just because we want to have some fun and we want a bit of light-hearted banter and chat with you, but because we've been living in New Zealand now for 15 years. We're husband and wife, Liz and Brian. And if you've been watching this show over the years, you will know that there are some things we're never going to do that. I know we live in New Zealand and we've moved from England, but we're
going to be British.
Yeah, we're never going to do that. And it's come to light over the last few months where we've been going, oh my God, look, we've started doing that.
Yeah, but particularly the last few weeks, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Even when I start this show, I go, and...
Well, I was going to save that. Save that, yeah, because the other day we were doing a recording and Brian always goes 3, 2, 1, and that's what we said. He's like, you have stopped saying "and" with the "at" sound, and now you say "and."
But it's not like it's like a long "and," and I don't know why. But it was when I have to listen to it when you're editing, like and 3, 2, 1. Anyway.
So how are you? We bring this episode to you from our back garden in Taranaki, New Zealand, on the North Island. Isn't it gorgeous? It's winter, it's beautiful, and we can't wait to jump into the show. So, number 1, when you're a converted Kiwi, after 15 years, when you don't eat tomato ketchup anymore on your chips, hot chips.
But it's
eat.
Yes.
What do you eat?
Whatties.
What? Say it with passion.
No, I can't.
You've got to.
That's a stupid name.
That's the whole point of this show.
Hello?
You can't just go Whatties. You've got to go, yay, Whatties.
Who's called Whatties?
I'm all for it.
Mr. Whatties, really?
Yeah, we were down having chips the other day on the seafront, just taking our time, having a nice relaxation. And I said to Bri, pick some chips up from the Foursquare
Yeah.
and get some ketchup from the Foursquare so we can just take it down and eat it on the seafront.
Yeah.
He comes out, bottle of tomato sauce. What is tomato sauce?
Yeah.
Now, I've always liked it. I've never been one of the ones I can't eat it. But I said to you, what's changed your mind? So go on, what's changed your mind?
Well, it's
cheaper.
Yeah, it's bloody cheaper for one thing. But in our local village, there's lots of like sort of European people, a good diversity of people. So when you buy it from another Foursquare, like the one in town, which was at Strandon, they don't have it. They don't have Heinz in there. It's
Who
just
doesn't?
Whatties.
Where? At Strandon?
In Strandon.
Yeah, that's
Maybe
because they're not
Pam's.
catering for the
Pam's is right in the
Europeans.
middle. I quite like Pam's because it's a mix between Whatties and Heinz. But, Heinz is quite... Well, actually, when you've had the Whatties and you go back to the Heinz is a little bit sweet.
Can you believe it, Bri?
There you go.
Can you believe it? I mean, it's only taken 15 years.
15 years to convert to Whatties.
I like it. I think it's a bit more vinegary.
It's a bit more tomatoey, tasty, as in you can taste the tomatoey paste in it. Like, do you know what I mean? Like the dried tomatoey stuff.
I just think
or
it
whatever
goes
or
really,
concentrated.
really... Yeah, I think it goes really, really well with chips. And,
Yeah, especially just Foursquare chips.
Yeah.
With
By the
chicken
way,
salt.
if you're not from New Zealand, that's the other thing. Just remember as well, they don't say chips in New Zealand. They say hot chips, which is a bit confusing. But
Yes.
we don't say... We all have always just said chips, haven't we, Bri?
Yeah,
Get
we're not.
some
It's
chips.
not. Yeah, get some chips.
Yeah.
Fish and chips. That's what it is.
But if you're in America, you might think that we're meaning, crisps. We don't mean dipping your crisps in Whatties. We mean dipping hot French fries, chips, hot chips into the tomato sauce.
Yeah, but French fries are skinny, aren't they?
Yeah.
Where chips are fat.
We're having French fries tonight.
That's it.
Can't wait.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. With stroganoff. You said, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Bri's
Wow.
little face this morning lit up. He said, "What we're having for dinner tonight?" I said, "We're having beef stroganoff and French fries."
Yeah. Because we were doing.
I'm so hungry.
I know. Should we just stop and go and get it?
Right, let's just move on.
Yeah.
So, number 2, when you are a converted Kiwi, I'm actually ashamed to admit this one.
Yeah.
I'm ashamed to admit it because it means we're getting like old farts.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you're a converted Kiwi when
Yeah.
all you do is talk about the wind.
Yeah.
That's all you do.
Because look, we were supposed to be doing it down on the deck.
Your life
and
revolves
I can see the reflection of that umbrella. It's like this.
Oh, when
windy.
we first came here, do you remember?
Yeah.
And now I don't know if it's because of the region we live in. We've said this before.
Yeah.
We live in Taranaki, huge farming industry region, talk to lots of farmers. And obviously, I don't know why, because I don't know why wind affects the cows, but there is something about a farmer that they just want to talk about the wind.
Yeah.
And we've always been like, oh God, all they ever
going
talk
on
about is the
about it.
wind. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now all we talk about is the wind.
Friggin' wind. It's
It
a lot
is.
to do with the mountain because it's like a proper volcano conical shape. And so the wind will come around it, and we're right on the coast, and the roaring 40s and all that sort of
Did
stuff.
you hear that? And
Did
you hear it?
Yeah, there you go. You
Told
see.
you. Turn into
And.
talking and
Stiff upper lip.
roaring 40s. Come
Yes,
on.
the roaring 40s and everything like that. And so we get hammered here in Taranaki. We really do.
But does it matter? What?
No,
Every morning
Liz,
when we
what-
get up, Bri, I
we-
say to you, I say to myself, wait for it. I say, he's going to talk about it. You make us a coffee, thank you. That's really lovely. We go on the deck out there and we stand there, and all I ever want in the morning is just a little 5 minutes of peace. I don't want to talk, don't want to hear, I don't mean to be rude, but I don't want to hear your voice, Bri. I just want to hear the wind. No, not really.
Yeah.
Just hear the nature. But you always say to me, oh, the wind's coming from the south.
Yeah. Do you know what? It's Ton in the cafe. He always comes up, a bit of a sou'easter today. You're like, who cares?
But the thing I've come to realise,
Yeah.
I think we've both come to realise this, Bri,
Yes.
is the wind plays a massive part in our lives.
Especially, we always have to put fluffies on our
Yep.
microphones.
Our life
Yeah.
revolves around it.
Yeah.
Where we're going to go, where we're going to sit when we record the podcast.
Yeah. We never thought, when we built this house, we didn't give a damn. We had views, and it's like, okay. The locals around.
Tell the story.
Well, actually, it was an English person that said it to you, didn't it?
Yeah.
But she'd heard it from the other Kiwis, and
Yeah.
she just forwarded it on. It's just like,
She was just showing off because she
Yeah.
thought she was more Kiwi than me.
Yeah.
And she was like, she came up and she stood on our land And she's like, oh, yeah. And I think she's a bit jealous because we'd found a really fantastic piece of land with brilliant views.
It's much jealous, but they were looking at the same time, weren't they?
I call that jealous.
Oh, okay.
I call that jealous.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, because if you weren't jealous,
jealous.
You wouldn't. If you weren't jealous, you'd say something nice, but she didn't. She said, it's nice, but you've got to just think you're going to get loads of flies and loads of wind.
Yeah.
And like that, that's what she said.
Yeah. Your house is going to be cold.
Yeah, loads of flies, loads
Loads
of wind. Oh, talking about your house being cold, we can move on to number three of when you're a converted Kiwi.
Yeah.
Now, again, if you have been a regular listener of this show, one, thank you, because I love you. And two, you will know that Brian is a tradie or an ex-tradie. You don't do it so much now.
No, but I am going out on Thursday to give someone a hand who, it's a Kiwi plumber. It's called Jeff, not Jeff. And so I'm going out to help because he's having trouble with just up the road with the heating system. Brian
used to be a tradie and he still does tradies things. But the point of this is to say that if you've been watching this show for a while, you'll know that the next one is a bitter pill for you to accept. This one, isn't it, Bri?
Is, yeah.
And I must admit, when you said it to me the other night, I just thought, oh, that must hurt. That must hurt. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't know. That must hurt.
It's the wind.
Yes, bloody wind.
No, that must hurt because I'll tell you what, this is the story. We came in and we've got our dog. You might see her. I don't know if she's on the video.
Just down here
she's been wandering around and she's getting to an age now where she wets herself. So
a bit like me. Yeah.
I shouldn't laugh, that's not nice. But she's getting to an age where she's incontinent. So if we go out for more than 2 hours, we normally come home if we haven't put action into action.
Yeah.
And she's wet. She's weed.
A puddle on
the tiles or
whatever.
even worse on the carpet. So what we've had to start doing now, if we go out, is leaving all the doors in the house open. So she's got an exit plan.
Yeah.
So
they're not open, but they're just they are a little bit, so she can get a nose in and slide it open, isn't it? Yeah.
And don't worry, because if you're thinking of coming and robbing the house because we're not locking it,
she'll take your hand off.
She'll take your hand off, yeah. So it's up to you.
Yes, she has got a past of that.
Yeah.
Past history.
The point is, when we go out, we leave the doors open. Now, this is fine in the summer because it's lovely having the doors open, isn't it? I mean, apart from all the flies that come in. Yeah. But we came in the other day and the house was bitterly cold. We'd been out all day on a Sunday and, we'd left our door, the front door, not the front door, the sliding door and then our bedroom door open. And the wind had obviously, the wind in New Zealand, it obviously come through the house and the temperature was freezing, absolutely freezing.
It was cold,
when we came home.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh God, it's freezing in here, light the fire. So Brian lit the wood burner and you started getting on with dinner, didn't you?
Yes.
And I was going around doing this stuff, lighting some candles, feeding the dog and doing just stuff that we were doing ready for the evening. And it was still cold. It was just getting to a temperature. It got to 19 degrees, hadn't it, Brian?
In the actual living room. Got up to 19, which is 65 Fahrenheit, if you're wondering what that is.
And I said to Brian, oh, God, it's still a bit chilly. I said, is the heating on in the bedrooms? And Brian said, no, you don't need the heating on. It's warm enough in here. He said, 19 is fine for heating the house.
Yeah.
Now, Brian, you are a true Kiwi.
I know. That's become true Kiwi because there is a little backstory to this as well, though, Liz.
Go on, then.
Well, me being and this is what people say, isn't it? You're being a heating engineer, then sometimes a heating engineer's house can be the worst house because he can't be bothered to do stuff or fix stuff because he's always fixing someone else's. Our thermostat that controls the bedrooms and part of that part of the house is actually broken.
Is it?
Yeah. It's a real
same
flash.
As that toilet roll holder that's wobbly and you won't fix it.
Yeah, the wobbly toilet roll holder.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, leave that for the plumber, hey? And that's the I've got a spare one in the roof space, but I just can't be bothered to go up and get it and then take it apart and fix it.
So all that to say, we've got a central heating system that doesn't work.
In the bedrooms at the moment.
In the bedrooms,
yeah.
right.
And do you know what? Normally you would be like, because Tessa would be home or Sonny would be home, it's a bit cold in the house, and you'd be like, oh, shut up.
No, it's not them that say, it's you.
No, yeah, it's
you.
true, it is. But that's what's happened, Liz.
What?
I've acclimatised.
Yeah, you're a Kiwi.
I've now become a Kiwi. I'm thinking of just leaving the thermostat broken.
Just put
Save
another
the
jersey
planet.
on. Put another
There you
jersey
go.
on, Bri.
Yeah.
I never thought I would hear the day that you turned round to me when it's 19 degrees, which is freezing.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
It was 65.
I can't just walk around and be negligent.
Do you know what? If you talk to anybody in England who's got a central heating system, they'll be setting the thermostat 21 to 23.
Yeah, well, that's what we've
and
always
2 or 3
had.
degrees in centigrade is quite a lot of temperature. It's not in
Yeah.
Fahrenheit. It doesn't really make that much difference, 2 or 3 degrees. But yeah, wow. So
Why do you think that is? Have we become tight? Have we become used
do you
to
know
being
what it was
cold?
when we went traveling for 6 months and we rented the house out to a lovely Kiwi lady, and I just said, "Do you want the heating on?" She went, "Oh no, your house is lovely and warm."
Did she?
Yeah.
Where's the warmth coming from?
I don't know. That's what I was thinking. Is it? And I was looking at the temperatures, and it was like it was 18, 19 degrees in the middle of winter, and no heating on.
What?
So yeah,
No.
what? You weren't listening, were you?
No, I was just thinking about why our house.
Dog hairs? What?
I had this thing in my head, because our house has got so many dog hairs in it. Maybe
Yes,
it's
I know.
giving this buffer of warmth.
Yeah, maybe it's like the fairy floor on the.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
So yeah, I never thought I would hear the day that my
No.
plumber husband would turn around and say, "We don't need
Yeah,
heating."
the heating's broken, so who cares?
Hey, it's a good job you haven't still got your heating business.
Why?
You'd get no business,
No, no.
would you?
Yeah, no, you
Because-
would, but yeah.
Well, you wouldn't, because you're going on
Yeah,
YouTube
but I'm going
telling
up to,
people
I'm
you
going.
don't
I'm
need
going
it.
to fix a heating system tomorrow.
I know,
So,
it's not your
or
own,
Thursday,
is it?
isn't it? Yeah. No, it's not my own. No, it's Jeff turned around and said to me, he said, "Do you know what? I'm never going to get involved in heating again." I said, "Why is that?" He said, "Because I just don't enjoy doing it." I said, "Well, then don't."
Look at you, Bri.
What?
I'm even thinking now. Look
I
at
know,
you. You're
'cause,
out here. It's
yeah,
not that warm.
It's what is it's 12 degrees at
Yeah.
the moment. 12 degrees, sun's out. So, but that's the thing. If the sun is out, you get all that extra heat in New Zealand. It's even in the winter. It's still you can still feel it eating into you. I've got sunscreen on as well.
Have you?
Yes.
I've just got my furry cat on with me.
Yes.
This is my furry cat.
Your
to keep
false
me-
fairy cat.
to keep me warm. So yeah. Before we jump into our number 4 of why you are a converted Kiwi, we just
Yeah.
want to share a freebie with you, a little video that we made. So just sit back. It's only a minute long. Let us just share this with you. You are here because you love New Zealand. But did you know that we have got a private NZ Ahead community made up of people just like you who are moving to New Zealand or who are determined to make their dream of moving to New Zealand a reality? Just give me a moment and I'll tell you the backstory. When Brian and I moved to New Zealand in 2009, we knew nothing. There was hardly anything on the internet. I don't even think YouTube was a thing. And we came over here absolutely blind. And we made so many mistakes. One day, over a glass of wine around the fire, we decided that if ever we got the opportunity, we would create a community of people, of resources that just gave people who are moving to New Zealand what we never had. And that's just what we did. We started off by doing these podcasts, which we continue to do each week, and we created a community where people could come together, share information, make friends, their kids make friends. Everything to do with moving to New Zealand is in that group. I am so happy to say that that community is now over 400 people strong. It's absolutely beautiful. It's probably the kindest and bestest community in the whole world, and you can be part of it too. For those who are just dipping their toes into the New Zealand waters, we have created a free, absolutely free 5-day video guide where we show you some aspect of life in New Zealand so that when you get here, you don't think, "Oh, they never told me about that." And this video guide is absolutely free. When you get to the end of the video guide on day 5, you are given details of how you can become a member of our private NZ community group. So why don't you jump on in, get yourself those free 5-day videos, and on day 5, decide if you want to join a group of aspiring and exciting adventurers who are determined to make their life in New Zealand a reality. You can get those videos by going to www.nzahead.com/free. That's www.nzahead.com/free. If you want to make a new life down under in New Zealand and you're determined to be surrounded by people who are doing the same, then don't hesitate to come on in and say hi in our community. Hope to see you there. Okay, so let's get back to the show. Okay, so number 4 of why you are a converted, how you know when you're a converted Kiwi, Bri.
Yes.
I like this one. This is one that you said, so you say it.
Yes. Yeah. Well, this was, we had a friend called Mahuta who came over from the East Cape. And he came over to Taranaki to come and see us and say hello and everything like that. And I think see, it came again. It came from that I don't talk like this now.
Yes, go and get the plum and put it in your mouth.
There we go.
Silly boy.
We went to the local beach, and he had no shoes on, and just the way he connected with the sea and the sand, and just picked it up, rubbed it in his hand, and just was almost like taking it in. And it's just like, I never really thought of it in that way before, like, of wanting to connect where it was that you'd traveled to or gone to. And this is what a lot of Kiwis, and this is what has come through in a lot of comments and things, especially from Mr. G.
Loads
about
of you,
that connection with the land. And, we do a podcast outside because, back in the UK, yes, you go outside, but not, I'm just talking about regular people. Not as much.
Regular people.
Yeah, but there's people that
other people out there?
people that go hiking over the Dales every day, and all. They're constantly outside. They're living on a boat somewhere or whatever. Like, I understand.
Yeah.
Not everybody can do that. Like, because they're living in cities and stuff. And with watching and listening to podcasts and stuff, and it's about as much as you can get outside. And here we are. We've always done most of our podcasts outside.
We love being outside.
And it's just that energy that it gives you, and that connection with the land. And I think that's what a lot of Kiwis just love to do. It was the King's birthday the other day, and we were coming down, and the map sort of the day before, no mobile homes. That weekend, a ton of mobile homes, and it's almost like you look at them as if like, what are they doing? It's just, they're getting out.
Yeah.
Even though at night they sleep in their little box, but they're out, sitting on their deck chairs, just enjoying the land and the environment around, and the clean air and everything else that you got here in New Zealand, and it's lovely, the energy you get from it, and even you can see this light. If you're watching this on a phone that's got an HDR screen, you'll see that light coming out, and you'll know what I'm talking about. And it's that connection with the land, as that green grass that's out there, and the hills and the trees and everything else. It's just a wonderful thing.
Yeah. I don't think that there needs to be anything added to that. I 100% agree with you.
Yeah.
For once in my life.
No, but it's like I say,
just write that on the notes.
Yeah, Maori who is Maori, and they have that connection with the land, because that's all they had. When they first came here, it's just wow.
And I'll be totally honest with you, like Bri just said, it's you that has brought that to light for us. If you're watching this on YouTube, I know we've also got people listening on the NZ Ahead podcast over at Spotify and Apple, but if you're listening and you want to watch, then come over to YouTube and watch. But it was the YouTube commenters, the community that we've built on YouTube, that kept saying to us, go to your mountain, go to your river. Like Bri said with Mahuta, go to the beach and pick up the sand and just rub it between your fingers. And I 100% agree with you there. It's just, it's like a dose of magic. It's, and that sounds really woo and really like what? But it is. It really is. You just have to take our word for it. There is so much energy in the nature in New Zealand, in just everything around you, that whatever you need from it, it will give to you, as in for your soul, for your well-being. Yeah. And it's just, there's nothing else beats it. There's nothing else beats it. Like, artificial, like food, wine, whatever. It's
all your red light therapies and all that sort of stuff, and hot cold saunas and stuff. Just get down the beach, jump in the sea or whatever. And this summer that we had just gone, we spent quite a bit of time in the sea. And that, again, that's where it's coming from. Like, it just makes you feel great, doesn't it? Like,
it really does.
Yeah, and that's the lifestyle in New Zealand. That's the difference. When people say, what's the lifestyle? It's like, what, how much money you've got? No, the fact is you can go and do this. And the majority of it is free as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I like that word lifestyle, because people tend to think lifestyle is like, oh, how much do you like Brian
I'm
said,
wealthy.
I've got a boat
Yeah.
and I've got a big car and I've got
Yeah.
this. But actually, if you break the words down, life and then style, the style of life that you want, to me, that is just wanting it from nature, just wanting that realness, wanting that, that just grounding, that earth, that just soul filling, nature giving, love, life, living, that all those words, that the lifestyle, that is what it is for us, and it always has been. It's always been. That's why we moved to New Zealand in the first place, was to get right back and right. You've heard us talk umpteen times about how we loved the way the people are with the kids, and that all builds on it. It all builds on it. We never want it to change, because it's just, that is the building blocks of New Zealand. That's the ground of New Zealand for us. Just that like I say, that soul-giving energy. So
simplicity.
Yeah.
Just seeing a fisherman down on the beach. He doesn't even have to have a big flash fishing rod or anything. He can just have a line and a weight on the end of it, throw it out there, and just sit and look at it and just think, I'm just doing it.
It's life. It's life. That's what life is, isn't it?
Yeah.
The simple, slow, wonderful, all around us life.
Keeping it easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so our last and final one, number 5 of what you're a converted Kiwi. And to be honest, for us, this has always been the case because of Brian. I'll explain in a minute. But it wasn't from where we came from. So when we came from in England, it wasn't the case. So when we came over here, it was like, oh my God, people do this thing. And now I just think, I'll tell you a story in a minute of what happened this morning, but this is why I'm adding it to the list. Yeah. You're a Kiwi or a converted Kiwi, when you've been in New Zealand, you're a Kiwi when you absolutely love the salt of the earth tradies of this country. Just the people that are there doing the work with their hands.
Yeah, keeping the infrastructure going.
Getting themselves dirty, whatever. It's just, these people are like I say, salt of the earth of New Zealand. They're what make New Zealand the country it is, in my eyes. And to have that love for them, and to see other people loving and just appreciating, all just as one.
Respect for each other.
Yes, yeah.
That's the thing.
Thank you.
It's
That's
that
the word I was
respect,
looking for.
Yeah.
And the reason we added this was because, like I say, we came from England. We came from Bath in England, which is quite a hoity-toity city. It's a lovely city.
Yes.
But we've talked about this lots of times before.
Big class distinction.
Yeah, quite a big class distinction.
There is.
And so, when you're taking your kids to school, when you're telling people, my husband's a plumber, it's like, oh, really? Well, my husband's a lawyer, and it was that kind of thing. You know what I'm talking about. So when we came over here, it was like, oh, you'd say to people in the school, oh, my husband's a plumber. Oh, yeah. Oh, my husband does this, or my wife does this, or whatever. And it was just nothing. It was nothing. It was just, you were just equal.
Yeah.
And it was,
you're just doing your thing.
Flipping wonderful, wasn't it,
A
Brian?
breath of fresh air, as they call it.
It really was a breath of fresh air. And then this morning we were writing this list about what to chat about today with you. And this morning I went for a walk. Every morning we have our morning routine. Yeah, we come out, we take our shoes off, we connect, we stand on the grass.
Do a bit of grounding.
We do our toes in the soil.
No matter how cold it is.
No, exactly. And then Bri goes and does his workout, and I go down to the beach and just walk for an hour. And I was down in the village and I was setting off on my walk, and there was this group of work people digging the road up. They were in all their orange high vis, and so I couldn't walk along the pavement. They'd made this thing with bollards, where you had to walk around, and
cones, I think the word you'd be looking for.
Yeah, that's the word. Yeah, cones. And I'm not very good with my words today, am I?
You're doing good.
Getting a bit carried away. But yeah, walking around, and there's just 4 guys, and they were just stood there, like I say, in their high vis, big happy faces. I mean, it's sunny, so why wouldn't they be happy? But even so, they're there digging the road up. They could be miserable, but they weren't. And they said to me, "Morning," like this. And I just thought, first thing I thought was like, oh no, have you seen me on YouTube? So that's what I always dread. And I went, morning, and they went, nice day. And I went, it is a nice day. But sometimes if someone said that to you, you'd think, oh, you're being, I don't know, like, not smutty, but like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? Like, you know, in some places that you go and they're like, morning love. I mean, maybe I'm hopeful, like, you know, maybe that's just me. That's me
You
reading.
have your green leggings on, Liz.
No, but it wasn't said like that. That's what I'm saying.
that's
It's
what- yeah.
just, it's just
Yeah,
they're smiling.
there's a
and
difference
happy.
between, like, it used to be in the UK, you get a shout from a building
Oh,
site.
they were the days,
you know,
eh?
hey,
They were the days.
Yeah, that's it. We all used to do that. Hey, you can say what you want back then. All right, love.
Yeah,
It's all
whistle.
changed. Yeah.
No, but it's just, I love it. I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
I've got, obviously, you're a plumber, so I love you, Brian.
Yeah, thanks.
No, do you feel the same?
I totally agree. I think it's just, like you say, you know, it's that sometimes people are just happy to be doing what they're doing, you know, and it's, you know, we're all looking at overachieving or wanting to get to that point. And, you know, sometimes you just got to appreciate what you do.
Yeah.
You know, you really have.
And you've got to remember as well, like
Yeah.
you know, like we always talk about the road workers.
We're all doing our best.
We are.
Yeah, yeah.
But without these people, without people like...
That's what I said, they're holding the infrastructure
Of
together.
course.
You know, they're fixing things,
course.
they're doing things. It's like, you know, you have a storm, the power goes out, you're like, oh, power's
Yeah.
gone off. Why has that
Yeah.
gone off? And it's like the poor buggers are out there up at the poles in the wind trying to fix the wires for us to get it back on for us and
Yeah.
stuff, you know? And you just think, it's what makes the world go round, isn't
Yeah.
it?
And I love it. I love that New Zealanders, you know, just are open-hearted
Yeah.
to the tradies, including us. And, you know, like I say, I wouldn't have married one, but it's just, yeah, I just love it. I love it. So big shout out to you if you're doing any kind of trade in New Zealand.
Anything, even down, you know, down to anything that you do. Doesn't matter what you do.
Yeah.
It's just like, you know, anyway. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's, yeah.
But I've got a bit of a soft spot.
You always have.
I've
but
got a bit of a
it's-
soft
yeah.
spot for them, the road workers,
The
Brian.
road workers, we love the road
do.
workers, don't we?
I do. I don't know what it is.
So, you know, you go on a trip and it's, oh, road works, yeah. Not normally it's the other way around, isn't it? Like, you know, who's going to be waving on the thing? Like, you know, let's see what they're doing this time.
Yeah.
And it just makes it that bit more fun, doesn't it? Like, you
Yeah.
know, there's no big motorways in New Zealand, so it's always just regular roads, like, you know.
Right, it's time for us to go because we're going to be eating our lunch. But before we do go, first of all, I just want to say a huge thank you to you for joining us each week, for your comments, just for your lovely messages. Without you, this channel would not be active. We would not be turning up and doing these things for you. And if you haven't already signed up for our free 5-day video guide, if you're moving to New Zealand or you just love New Zealand and want to see our perspective of life in New Zealand, we have, like I said earlier in the show, we've got 5 days worth of free little videos. You sign up for those. And at the end of that, we've got a community that you can join that if you are specifically moving to New Zealand. I will put the link in the description.
Okay, yeah. So it's frigging freezing out here, Liz. Time to go.
Do not forget, our hearts beat with yours. Thank you so much for joining us. Until next time, I will speak to you soon.
Yeah, so kia kaha, stay strong. Kia u, stay true. And that's true to yourself. And we'll see you on the next one.
Okay.
See you now.
Bye.
Bye.
I really hope you enjoyed that show as much as I enjoyed recording it. If you're moving to New Zealand and you are interested in joining the Slack group, the private community group that we raved about and talked about on today's show, then you need to head over and get our free 5-day video guide. This is a video guide that sends you a video every day for 5 days, sharing some aspect of what life in New Zealand is like. It's absolutely free. And then when you get to the 5th day, you will be given the option of whether or not you want to join the private community, the one that we talked about. It's a fabulous resource. I don't need to say anything more because you've already heard all about it. Go over, take the free 5-day video guide, get to day 5, and then you can decide whether or not you'd like to be a member and join our private community along with me and Brian and all those other fabulous people that are walking along the same path as you and making the move to New Zealand. So head on over to www.nzahead.com/free. Head on over to www.nzahead.com/free and get your free 5-day video guide. Get to day 5 and then you decide if you want to come and join us in our private membership group. I hope to see you on the other side.